We hit Mythic, and the last few games were pretty interesting, so I thought I'd take you through them. I would have gotten up here a bit sooner, right? We're like halfway through the second week of the season, but testing out all the new teams with the buffed units and Loan and everything, like, not every game went so well. So our win rate is not the greatest. We got farmed by this guy a couple times. These top 50 players are like really hard to fight. It's pretty rough. But anyway, so this game, Doki Pre-Man as usual. I got first strike, so of course you pick the Raymary. I feel like she's just too strong not to if she's available. Sometimes I take Plume instead and let them have the Raymary, but I mean, she just works so well in like basically every team, right? She's just always a threat. And usually, like a lot of the time, if you have Raymary, like the rest of your team gets through, because a lot of the time they just won't draft around the Raymary. They've already just decided that they're going to post-ban her. So you can draft the rest of your team to like super hard counter what they've got. And now they have to make a really tough choice. Is do they want to ban the Raymary like they planned to, because they didn't draft around her, or do they want to ban whatever it is that you picked later that's really strong? So she's just pretty much always a very solid first pick. Whether you're turn 1, turn 2, CC, doesn't matter. You first pick Raymary. And so he took the turn 2 Plume and the Tiamat. So I figured, it's a turn 2 player. I'm just going to CC him. And then he went Freya Lilium, and that's just a really big misplay, right? If you pick Freya on 3, you need a bridge on 4, right? Like if you're running slow units like this, you need to pick someone on 4 that can bring the rest of your team up after the Freya push. Because now what I can do is I can just bring like another CC unit and a just my fastest guy, and then if he picks a bridge on 5, I just ban that, and then the Freya pushes, sure, but then I counter and take back turn 1, and then you just lose because of that. But in this specific game, I thought, it would be pretty cool to pick Hoyen and then ban the Tiamat, and then I could bring Sanya and have sort of like a revive comp with these two, right? And then if he doesn't ban the Raymary, the Sanya Raymary is going to be really strong as well. And then he last picks Messiah. I figured with a Messiah last pick, this Freya isn't going to do anything, right? You got 3 slow units with a Freya. So I banned the Plume because that's the only speed bridge he has, and I've got some fairly fast guys. If he bans the Nahor, this is kind of scary, sort of. But not really, because he would have to deal with the Sanya and the Raymary with basically no buffs on the Messiah. So I figured, I'll just ban the Plume, and it should be GG. And so, that's why you need the bridge, because now I just have turn 1, and a whole lot of good that Freya did. Alright, so I don't think it matters who he kills here, because Hoyen just brings him back. Alright, and then I got Wound on the Tiamat, so she's basically out of the game. Alright, the buff block keeping her bloodshed stacks down. That's why I level the S1, because she can do some serious damage with that, and that's all she wrote. So next up, this guy. He's first strike, right? I did the Doki Pre-Man as usual. I figured, so what if he has Raymary, right? Because, I'll just CC. And then he sped up, right? So, of course, you just speed contest with this. right? And I left myself vulnerable to the Hoyen pick. But you'll see the Revelation Plume here. I think if you're a turn 1 player, Revelation is by far her best build. And this is just one example of why. Right? Because I actually don't even care if the Hoyen kills my Yelly. Yeah, my Yelly's a bit scuffed. Right, but then check this out. Right, Plume comes in and just says, bye-bye. Like, that damage is insane. And then the crit rate Freya, of course. And it's, you know, simple as that. Right, so, like, so the mistake this guy made is, if you're trying to use Hoyen against a team where you've lost turn 1, you have to draft the team around Hoyen. Right? You can't just put her in as an afterthought, because then she's just way too easy to counter, right? So if you brought, like, I don't know, a red Chiaki here, yeah, I think if you brought red Chiaki here, this might have been a very different game, right? Because my Yelly would have gone. These guys survive. Red Chiaki pushes up, heals everyone. My Plume isn't able to kill everybody. And then he goes 2 for 1 with Hoyen. And my team is half gone. So, you know, it's, you kind of, you really can't just put Hoyen in the team. You have to build the team around her, if you lose the first turn. And then this game, the final boss, this game was sketchy. Right, it's the Amber Bayonton was really what got me stressing. Alright, so he pulls up the Aya here so that he can cleanse the taunt, right? And I think that might have been a mistake, but maybe not. Alright, so now I'm down to 3. Whoa. Right, even with the no crits, that's just a lot of damage. Alright, we landed. I don't think we landed anything. Right, but there goes the Hoyen. And now we have to deal with this Amber Bayonton, which is not an easy task. Alright, so we targeted the Bayonton because, first of all, we want to get rid of her. Second of all, I'm pretty sure this skill 3 is leveled because it gave him 2 stacks. Right, 2 stacks of the revive. So, if we didn't strip that, the Hoyen would have gotten revived again. Alright, and her skills are still on cooldown, so it's going to be a couple more revives before she's able to actually do anything. Alright, but the clock is ticking. Right, and without the low on, my damage kind of falls off a cliff. My my Lilith is 1/1/1, so she doesn't do the most. I mean, she is good still at 1/1/1, but not the greatest. This is where I start to get worried because the Aya, given these cooldowns, I think if the Hoyen gets revived one more time, it might be game over. Right, because I feel like, right, there's the S3, right? I think she probably could one-shot my Lilith at this point. Alright, but I just barely have enough. Alright, that's the final boss down. And we get Mythic with that game. I was, I think it was around like 53 at the time, but more people have pushed past since then. But, alright, this guy is really hard to deal with. I don't think I drafted particularly well. Usually, funnily enough, this kind of works. The Ray Mary double pump, but not when you're fighting a top 3 player, right? You know, it's P5 everything, super well built. Like, your Ray Mary just doesn't do enough damage, right? Like, they were, I think, not even like half health by the time I was finished with all that. So, right, but you know, against lower level players, it does pretty well. Right, I beat Hades once. Right, I lost twice, but you know, I did get him once. This guy farmed me. I fought him, I think, like 4 or 5 times. He won every time. His drafts are just so strong. This guy's really good. And you know, lots of CC. I'm working on a video with this dude next. But yeah, there's not much more to say. I'll probably be uploading some live sessions later. I can just hit and record, play 3 or 4 games, see how it goes, and you know, hope you enjoyed this one. Maybe you learned something, and I'll see you later.